Welcome to Vedanta Bhakti Pravachanam channel. In this channel, we are seeing Sai Satcharitra. In this chapter number 41, what writer is telling, let us see. As stated in the last chapter, we continue here the story of the picture. 9 years after the incident described in the last chapter, Ali Muhammad met Ahmad Pant again and related to him the following story. One day, while wandering in the streets of Mumbai, he bought the picture from a street hawker. Then he got it framed and set in a wall in his house at Bandra. As we loved Baba, daily he took darshan of it. 3 months before he gave the picture to Ahmad Pant, he was suffering from an abscess or swelling on his leg, for which an operation was performed, and he was convalescing in the house of his brother-in-law, Mr. Nur Muhammad Pir Bhai in Mumbai. For 3 months, his house in Bandra was closed and nobody was living there. Only the pictures of the Baba, Abdul Rahman, Maula Sahib, Muhammad Hussain, Sai Baba, Baba Tajuddin and few other saints were there. The wheel of time did not even spare these. He was lying sick and was suffering in Mumbai. Why should these pictures suffer there? All the pictures met their end, but how Sai Baba picture escaped it? Nobody had been able to explain to me up till now. It shows that all pervasiveness, omnipresence of Sai and his inscrutable power. The story goes like this. He had a small picture of Saint Baba Abdul Rahman from Muhammad Hussain Tariab Topan many years ago. He gave it to his brother-in-law Nur Muhammad Pir Bhai, and it was lying on his table for 8 years. Once Pir Bhai took it a photographer and got it enlarged a life-size and distributed copies of the same amongst his relations and friends including Ali Muhammad, who fixed it up in his Bandra house. Nur Muhammad was a disciple of Saint Abdul Rahman, and when he went to present the picture to Guru in an open darbar held to him, the Guru got wild and ran to beat him and drove him out. He felt sorry and dejected. He also thought he spent so much of money and incurred his Guru's displeasure and wrath at his Guru. Baba Abdul Rahman did not like image worship. He took the enlarged picture of Baba Rahman with him to Apollo Bandar, and after hiring a boat, took it and immersed it in the sea. He requested the friends and relations to turn their copies, and after getting them back, had them immersed in Badra Sea. At this time, Ali Muhammad was in his brother-in-law's house. It was told by him that the suffering would become an end if he would soon immerse the pictures of the other saints also in the sea. On hearing this, Ali Muhammad sent Mehta in his Bandra house and got all the pictures of the saints in the house of will be thrown in the sea. When Ali Muhammad returned home after 2 months, he was surprised to find Sai Baba's picture on the wall as before. He did not understand how Mehta took away all the pictures except this. He immediately took it out and kept it in this cupboard, fearing that if this brother-in-law saw it, he should do away with it. While he was thinking how it should be disposed of and who would keep it with care, Sai consulted Maulana Ismubujawar and abide by his opinion. He met the Maulana and told him everything. After much consultation, they both decided that the picture should be presented to Anna Sahib and that he would protect well. Then they both went to Ahmad Pant and presented him the picture in the nick of time. The story shows how Baba knew all the past, present and future, and how skillfully he pulled the wires and fulfilled desires of his devotees. The following story says that Baba liked very much those who took real interest in spiritual matters, and that he removed all their difficulties and made them happy. Stealing the rags and reading of Dhyaneswari. Mr. Bibidev, who was Mabaltadar of Dahanu, wished for a long time to read Dhyaneswari along with other scriptures. He would read daily 1 chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, but when he took Dhyaneswari in hand, some difficulties cropped up and he was preluded from reading it. He took 3 months leave, went to Shirdi and thence to his home and poured for rest. He could read other books, but when he opened Dhyaneswari, some evil or stray thoughts came crowding in his mind and stopped him in the effort. Try as much as he should. He was not able to read even a few lines of the book with ease. So he resolved in his mind with Baba, when Baba would create love for the book and would order him to read it, he would begin, and not till then. Then the month of February 1914, he went with his family to Shirdi. Their Jog asked him whether he reads Dhyaneswari daily. Dev replied that his decisions of reading it, but he was not successful in that. Only when Baba would order him, he read it. He would commence. Jog then advised him to take a copy of the book and present it to Baba and start the reading after it was consultatively written by him. Dev replied that he did not want to resort to this device as Baba knows it is art. Would he not know his desire and satisfy it by giving him a clear order to read? Dev then Sai Baba and offered 1 rupee to Dakshina. Baba asked for 20 which he gave. At night he met one Balakram and inquired from him as to how he secured Baba's devotion and grace. Balakram told him that he would communicate everything next day after Arati. When they went for Darshana the next day, Baba asked for 20 which he gave willingly. As the masjid was crowded, they went aside at a sad corner. Baba asked him to come closer and sit with calm mind, which Dev did. Then after the noon Arati was over and then men dispersed, Dev saw Balakram again and asked him how his previous experiences. But Baba told him how he was start meditation. While Balakram was going to reply, Baba sent one Chandru, a leper devotee, to call Dev to him. When Dev went to Baba, the latter asked him with whom and what he was talking. He said that he was with Balakram and heard from him his fame. Then Baba asked again 25 rupees as Dakshina, which Dev gladly gave. Then Baba took him inside and sitting near the post chadri, you stole away my rags without my knowledge. Dev denied any knowledge of the rags, but Baba asked it to make a search. He searched but found nothing. Then Baba, not angry, and said, there is nobody here. You are the only thief, grey-eyed and old. You came here for stealing. After this, Baba lost his temper, got terribly wild, gave all sorts of abuses and scoldings. Dev remained silent and apparent that he might get a beating also. After about an hour or so, Baba asked him to go to the Vada. He returned to the Vada and told Jog and Balakram all that had happened. Then in the afternoon, Baba sent for all them and said that his words might have pained the old man, but as he committed the theft, he took him to task. Then Baba asked again rupees 12. Dev collected the amount, paid it, prostrated himself before them. Then Baba said to him, go on reading the Pothi daily. Go and sit in the Vada. Read regularly every day. And while reading, explain the portion, read all the with love and devotion. I am sitting here, ready to give you the whole gold embroidered shela. Then why go to others to steal rags? And why should you get into the habit of stealing? Dev was much pleased to hear the words of Baba, for he directly asked him to start reading Pothi Jnaneswari. He thought that he got what he wanted and that he could read the book with ease. Therefore, he began prostrated himself before Baba and said that he surrendered himself to him and that he should be treated as a child and be helped in his reading. He realized then what Baba meant by stealing the rags. What he asked Balakram constituted the rags, and Baba did not like this be fair to his respect. As he was ready to answer all these questions, he did not like to ask others and make unnecessary inquiries, and therefore he scolded him. Dev thought that he really did not scold, but him thought that he was ready to fulfill his desires and there was no use asking others to vain. Dev took these scoldings as blessings and went him satisfied and contented. The matter did not end there. Baba did not stop with only issuing an order to read. Within a year, he went to Dev and inquired about his progress. On 2nd April 1914, on Thursday morning, Baba gave him a dream. He sat on the upper floor and asked him whether he understood the Pothi. No, answered Dev. Baba said, then when you are going to understand, Dev burst into tears and said, unless you shower your grace, the reading is my burden and the understanding is still more difficult, Baba told. While reading you make haste, read it before me. In my presence, Dev asked, what shall I read? Baba said, read Adhyaya, Adhyatma, spiritualism. Dev went in to bring the book. When he was opened his eyes, he was fully awakened. We leave the readers to imagine what ineffable joy and bliss Dev felt after this vision. Bow to Sri Sai. Peace be to all.